Alright, so today we're going to look at this Ex511 Dt Swiss rim. So this is a 28 hole or 28 spoke rim built by Chris at Bike Bug. He did a really good job on the build. He always does a good job of building reels. Pretty impressed with his work. Now this is replacing a Flow Mark III, sorry, not a Flow EX. So it's the Flow Mark III, the 29mm internal. That rim took a beating. I never had any rim protection in here. This rim has run its entire life. I've only had it for 3 weeks, but its entire life's been with my homemade rim protection. So I'll pull it off, have a look. Over the last few weeks, it's taken an absolute hiding. So ridden some of the roughest trails in Adelaide on it. Ridden it hard. Yesterday in particular, I took a couple of really big hits on the back wheel. Kind of expecting a pretty big dent, but I've looked over the rim briefly. It seems flawless. So there's a little bit of a step in it, a little bit of a wobble in it as you spin it around, which it's been completely perfect and true until yesterday's hits. Now these hits were really hard. It was 2 hits on the same track on the same rock, which is on the track's called Steep at Fox Creek, and around about the midway down the track, there's like a little bit of a right-hander, and it's got this little series of rocks in it, and for some reason your timing is, obviously your timing's got to be good, but coming through that section twice in a row, I just smashed my wheel real hard on this rock. So expecting to see a bit of a dent there, but we'll pull the tyre off and have a look. These rims always seat up really well, so just a track pump. You don't need any special tools or compressor or anything like that. The Maxxis tyres are a really good fit. They're a really good fit on most rims, so hadn't had any problems there. And my rim protection has been really, really good as well. So I'm just about to put the cush cores in and give them a test. Apparently they create more damping and kind of smooth out the vibrations that you get on the trail, so we'll see. But so far on my 10-buck chuck homemade rim protection, I'm super impressed, and I don't think I'd ride without rim protection ever again. It's the amount of hits I've taken with these things in the tyres, in the wheels, and not done any real damage to the rim. It's stuff that every day of the week I would have smashed rims, or not smashed them, but damaged them. When it comes to keeping your rims healthy, a good wheel build is super important. So getting whoever's building your wheels to not only have a spoke tension meter, but know how to use it, know how to set up your wheels, drive side versus non-drive side and whatnot. It's definitely an art. There's definitely an art to building wheels. And in my experience, old mate Chris O down at Bike Bug he's the wizard. Let's have a look. Tell you what, they are a tight squeeze, especially with a bit of rim protection in there. So this EX is a little bit tighter to get wheels on and off of, tyres on and off of than the Flow Mark IIIs. To me, those Flow Mark IIIs are the standard. They're so easy to get tyres on and off of. They blow up really well, really easily, until you obviously dent the sidewall. But they're excellent. So here we go. Let's have a look. It has, as you can see there, it has bunched up a little bit inside the tyre, which will create a little bit of a woo, woo, woo when you're rolling the tyre around. But there's still sealant in there, still plenty wet in there. So that's my homemade rim protection. There's heaps of snake bites in it. it's done its job really well, heaps. There was 5 in it last time I took it out. Now there's probably, oh, there's heaps. But anyway, we're not really talking about that today. Pull this tyre off. And again, also, this hub, this Bontrager hub, there is no resistance in there. It never skips a beat. It runs really, really smooth, quiet. I can't say enough about it. The bearings are really good. The bearings are still as good as they were the day I got it. So, I'll bring this nice and close. Let's see if we can steady it up. For me, I'm wobbling a little bit, but I'll put it in the frame. I'll put it in the bike. So in terms of ride quality, this wheel feels excellent. Feels strong, stiff, even though it's only a 28 hole versus the 32 that it replaced. It's been extremely good, and yeah, I'm definitely happy with it. So let's just have a look, give it a spin. To me, that is extremely impressive. Have a look from the side view. No flat spots. So Ex511, tough as hell. Rim protection obviously helps a lot, but even still, it's a strong wheel, it's a strong build, no flex. There is compliance there. It's actually quite nice to have a little bit more compliance in the back. I feel like the flow, maybe it's just a 32 versus a 28 spoke, maybe it's a stronger wheel, I'm not too sure, but it feels like there's a little bit more compliance in the EX, in this Ex511, the DT wheel, without it being flexy. It doesn't feel flexy at all. Pumping off of hard corners, it feels great. I think this is a wheel to go for. So it's the wider version of the Ex471, which is the famous rim that Aaron Gwynn rode down without a wheel on. And I think it was in Leo, I can't remember where it was, I think it was in Leo gang, but he smashed the rim to pieces. He tried to smash the rim to pieces on a pretty hot run without a tyre on it, and it survived the whole run. So that's kind of what pushed me over the edge to get one of these 511s. I knew they were strong, and I think I've just proved it too. So I've given it a beating. It's held in there, and you know, if that's not a case for strong wheels, I don't know what is. They're very impressed. Almost completely true still. And the reason I've got this black tape on here is when I taped it up, I put a tube on straight away. I didn't, not a tube, I put a tyre on it straight away, and it blew up under here a little bit where the joint is, and started leaking a little bit of air. So I've taped it up to seal it up properly, sealed it up on the valve there properly, and yeah, it runs like a dream. Ex511 from Dt Swiss, very strong rim, very impressed.